Looking to drape your interiors with an inviting touch? Subway tiles से better कुछ नहीं हो सकता. Hello and welcome. My name is Mayuri and I'm back at the MyTyles Experience Center in Bangalore. MyTyles offers so many options. Today I'm going to give you an exclusive access to all the options that are available for you at MyTyles. MyTyles is your one-stop shop for all your tiling needs. So if you want to learn about it more, take a seat, grab a drink and let yourself be swept away by these beauties. MyTyles collection is vast, bold and grounded in quality. And we're not simply talking about subway tiles. So Chario slabs, large CNC bidasar panels, mosaic sheets, jo mango wo milega. Doorstep delivery, simplified logistics and stunning designs meet at mytyles.com. So let's now learn about the history of the subway tiles briefly, right? So subway tiles were actually introduced as a part of a very humble place, the crowded subway station of New York. It was primarily introduced because they were really easy to maintain and give a very nice, clean and slick look, right? But from there on, we have come many steps ahead. Subways have evolved into some very classy, interesting styles over the years, right? Over the decades, in fact. And they have now today patterns, they have textures, they have different type of designs, plethora of options in terms of color. You can do literally anything that you fancy as far as the subway tiles are concerned. In fact, some of the ethnic groups that have given its own spin of the subway tiles have also been discovered in these many years or in these many decades. And I think that makes subway absolutely timeless in today's day and age. Interior designers and architects literally vouch for these tiles because they are used everywhere and have never failed or never disappointed anybody. So let's look at some interesting options, learn more about these tiles in a bit. So let's look at the difference between glazed and unglazed subway tiles. So subway tiles are made of ceramic material and therefore by and large you will see all subways have a glazed effect, right? Now when we look at this over here, see the glazed effect allows you to have a more textural finish, allows you to have a lot of colors available in the subway tiles. So here we are looking at these subway tiles which actually allow have a lot of variety in them and allow for those textures to really show through, because when the light falls on this glaze and has this uneven surface, it reflects back and allows you to have that visual interest within the tile. Yeah, so when we're looking at subway tiles, this is one thing which you need to remember. We'll also talk about unglazed tiles in a bit. They have their own charm. So now we're looking at some unglazed tiles and let's really look at some difference between unglazed and glazed. Here we have both. So you just had seen only the glazed part of it. If you look at this one, this has a lot of glaze and this over here has unglazed, no glaze over here. This is an unglazed texture. So the beauty of unglazed is that it actually shows a lot of rustic textures. So if you want to have less of glam or gloss to your tiles or your wall that you're trying to create using these tiles, then unglazed is a way to go. You also can recognize them by thinking they've got a little bit of a matte effect because of course they don't have the gloss connected to the glaze. So this is the kind of rustic touches that you will see. See over here when we look at the rustic texture, you will see that there are hints of other colors providing that rusticness over here, right? Same over here, you will see some touches of other colors and that uniformity is not there and therefore they are used in rustic spaces to create a rustic nice accent wall or any other application for that matter. So let's talk about shapes now. One of the most interesting parts about subways are that they come in many shapes and that allows you for many applications. So today I'm going to walk you through some interesting shapes in which you can actually imagine where all can you use them in your upcoming project or your renovations. So this one is a beautiful 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter finished glossy, right? Beautiful tiles, very recently introduced in the MyTyles collection. So they're hot from the kiln. and really look at the colors, look at the textures you have. So some of them have very nice almost embossing effect, some of them have almost a frame effect, and you can use these in conjunctions. If you look at the application over here, they've made such a beautiful lounge with these alternated together. Similarly, you have other colors that you can use. So almost we are looking at say about 7 options just in color in this particular pattern. Let me move on to the other side and show you some solids you can pair these with. So over here, when we look at these solids, they can be paired along with these or in individual setup. These can be used as backsplashes, these can be used as to cover the entire wall, because they are not too small nor too large to look almost like floor tiles, and will still show a lot of this beautiful glaze work that kind of shows almost gives it like a handmade effect, although they have been factory manufactured. So great options to look at if you're looking at something very interesting to create, and you like patterns, right? One more thing which I wanted to now show you over here is this. So over here, when we look at these patterned ones, right? So if you are somebody who likes to have the slick effect of subways but still wants to have some ethnic touch to it, these are the tiles, the way to go. Over here you can use them as kitchen backsplashes, bathroom backsplashes, use it in your lounging areas, create an accent wall. I mean, I can go on and on. These are various options you can use these tiles in. The colors, you have almost like 12 options of colors, right? And you can juxtaposition them in, kind of make them as a checkerboard. You can do like almost parallel lines of that. So this is another very beautiful option, one of my personal favorites, because they can move from a very modern to a very ethnic space. So this is the king of contemporary tiles, I believe. They fit in so many Scandinavian spaces, minimal spaces, modern spaces, all of them, because of the reason that they are away from the ethnic patterns, but allow for those modernity to come in through the textures and the patterns that are there on this. So you'll see a lot of geometrical touches like slanting lines, a lot of block colors, two-toned subway tiles over here, and these are of course the glorious fluted ones. So the uses, the applications are as per your fancy. You can literally do anything with these tiles and create those modern interesting dining spaces or dining nooks, kitchenettes, kitchens, so many places where you can use these. This is picket. So this is a hexagon but has a picket or a slightly hexagonal shape, if you will. They are not perfect hexagons for a reason, because they can be laid in a linear fashion and create a very, very beautiful pattern for your living room, for your bathroom, for your kitchens, even wherever you want to. Even your laundry rooms can become very, very interesting by the application of these picket tiles. Again, if you look at over here, there are about 6 colors, and then you have some here. If you look at this particular series, it has a very interesting pattern, which you can use, and some rustic finishes. So again, a very good hit in modern ethnic spaces. I think that is something that you can really apply these in. So this is a subtle touch of flutedness to your subways. So if you go through these, right, if you come closer and have a look, these almost have a fluted look, but they're not completely fluted. It's a subtle fluted effect that you have on these subway tiles, and they hold a standard kind of a subway shape. It's still a rectangular tile with the fluted effect on top of it. That's the texture. So you can again use it in many spaces. Bathrooms is a great place to put, where you do not want a very acute fluted look because it would grab a lot of dirt or grime. So you can actually go for these where it imparts the effect but still keeps it comparatively maintenance free. And these are a new addition. They almost have a dip over here in the center, creates like a bit of that dip over here, and you can actually use them in similar applications like the ones that I've mentioned before. They have different colors. It's just that the look is very different. The way the light will fall on these would be very, very different. Here we are looking at some square subway tiles, Moroccan patterns, almost like a Moroccan pattern over here. Beautiful minimal floral print. Can be combined with a white or a black depending upon where your space is swaying towards. You want to keep it a darker or a lighter shade. Again, some of those floral patterns, slightly different but almost swinging towards that floral minimal look. Can be used beautifully in bathrooms and shower areas as well. Here we are looking at a beveled subway. So we've spoken a lot about beveled subways before, and I just wanted to remind you over here that beveled is a very beautiful texture. Here we are using smaller beveled tiles. So which we have spoken earlier is the normal subway tile which has a bevel texture. These are smaller subway tiles that have a bevel texture. Almost allow you to use them with the flat faced ones. Both are glossy, by the way, so you can use these in alternation or you can create a different pattern with it. So many options to choose from over here. You have 3 colors, 4 colors. There I'm sure there are more in the collection. These are the only few that we've been displayed, but there are so many that you can check out on their website. Then these are again a very interesting decorative category of subway tiles where they have these Scandinavian textures on them, very arches or semicircles. Those kind of textures are shown here. Great for Scandinavian spaces where you can use them as either backsplash in the bathroom, kitchen backsplashes, any kind of, if you want to cover a large area also but you want that intricate design, you can use these over there. These are of course fluted tiles. We'll never tire of speaking about them. They are really beautiful, and they can be used along with flat faced ones. You have some curved fluted ones, and then these are like almost like little mountains over here. So these can be used. Look at the color options you have over here again. Can be used easily in any kind of color scheme. Here we are looking at some of the subway tiles that are slightly larger than a 1x1 and can be easily implemented with lot of faux grooves in there. So your grouting effort is going to be less, but the look is going to be extremely detailed. Very good choice if you're going for something a little bit more detailed and want to show those smaller tiles have been implemented. Great choice. These are of course a very classic design in subways, but because of the classic designs, typically you move to white ones. Here you can use different colors that are available. You have say maroon, you have black, you have navy, you have grey, you have blushes. So again, good options to choose from. We just spoke about these small tiles that have glazed finishes. They are smaller subway tiles, can be used in different places. They do have a higher grouting effort though, but once implemented they could really give that extra oomph, extra classiness to that space. And these are my hot favorites right now because oh my god, just look at the beautiful textured patterns over here, right? And you have 2 types of options in these. One, you have rectangular ones and then you have square ones. These can be used as per your design preferences. You can literally go on and use them, and the amount and the different type of designs that are there, you can alternate them, you can keep the same ones. It really depends on what your imagination is going up to. You can use it anywhere, even to line your furnitures for that matter. If you like to line an outdoor furniture of yours or you're looking to do a makeover, you can use these. Then talking about these, again we've seen a lot of glazed ones over there. They're just slightly bigger than them and they have been laid horizontally over here. Many colors that you can look at and pair them with. So these are again just in very beautiful tiles that have almost like an ocean effect. If you look at the blue one, has almost like a very nice mix of white with the color and some almost like a bubble kind of effect on top of this. If you see the small rustic finishes you can see over here with the mix of color, great and very novel applications this can have. So look at these 4 options over here, and then these are again the limit series, which has so many color options. Again over here they do have a slight glaze, but they also have a texture almost like a sand texture. So if that's something that you fancy, these are the ones to go. So now we are looking at these. I have already described them briefly, but I wanted to call out this, that these tiles are called as pencil Raku series tiles. They are pencil tiles, but they are a part of the Raku series over here. So if you're looking to come and ask for these tiles in MyTyles showroom, look for pencil Raku grey, pencil Raku pearl, pencil Raku turquoise. These are the 3 colors. The beauty of these is, although they have a very detailed look, they have very less grouting effort. So you can literally take such big tiles and implement them. So now we're looking at the Bondi tiles. They are a type of subway tiles. Bondi tiles are used to create a scallop effect as a backsplash. They're very nice for kitchens, for bathrooms even, and can be applied even as a backsplash for your bathtub area. Very feminine in look wise. They provide a bit of femininity in terms of the curves that are here, and come in different colors also. So you have options in which you can choose them, and every tile that you see over here, whatever shapes we are sharing with you, all of them are customizable in terms of pattern, color. So you can just ask MyTyles for whatever you are looking for, and they will assist you with the same. So just wanted to call that out. So we are now looking at something which is Arabian inspired. They are also Bondi tiles made in Spain. All of these are made in Spain tiles. But this one has a more Moroccan or a more Arabic look, little bit ethnic, if you will. You can use it in modern and ethnic spaces to provide that ethnic touch, but they can definitely be used in bathrooms, in kitchens, in living areas, whatever, wherever you can fancy them almost. That is the beauty and flexibility of subway tiles. They allow you to be flexible between spaces, between applications. Another thing which I want to show you over here is a type of layout. So of course we are going to be talking to you in detail about various layouts that you can use subway tiles for, but this is something which is already laid here, so let's talk about that. This is a basket weave layout pattern. Here again we are using the Hanoi series, which is Hanoi Pink, Hanoi Celadon, Hanoi Burnt Red. This is a burnt red one which we are looking at. You also have caramel and wild olive. So color options again are great. They have a rustic finish, and also within the color bit they are a bit light and dark. So it allows you to again use, say, other tiles or other accents within the space pulled from these colors. And since you have so many options, you can literally mix and match and create that theme. This is basket weave, and this pattern which you're looking at is stack bond. So stack bond is characterized by one tile laid above other in a vertical fashion. Not typically which you see is this horizontal. This is laid in vertical fashion. Here this is basket weave. So I wanted to call that out for you. Let's look at something else that we have over here. Again, a very beautiful stack bond overlay over here, but you have the whole pattern has been laid with darker, with lighter and slightly brighter shades. So it allows you to create that effect over here. This is of course, a different series over here. So you can take a screenshot of it if you like. And if you see over here, the application over here also shows that how they've beautifully used it as a backsplash for the bathtub area. So if you like rustic finishes, you like subways, and you like that color difference, you want to kind of mix and match light and dark, create that shaded backsplash, you can definitely do so by using these. So if you thought all the shapes were over, you're wrong. Like I shared earlier, subway tiles have a huge amount of variety, and we're not even done with maybe 50% of them. So I'll walk you through now the both series. Again, a very interesting tile with a very interesting pattern. You can use two of these together and create a smaller loop or an oval in between, or you can add another one and create a bigger oval to create that structure. You can see this over here. If you look at this one over here, this whole lattice is different. Here the lattice is smaller. Yeah. So these are the two places in which you can apply them, or the way you can apply them, lay them out. Of course, you have lot of color options over here. You have both dune, both ice, both kiwi, both navy, both aloe. So a lot of sage color, which is very hot, which is very in, is there. Let's look at something which is a very popular tile, picket fence tile, which is picket fence subway, is a absolute hit. So if you're looking at the picket fence subway over here, what makes it really the best bet in the subway section is because one is that their length is extra long, so the usability or the coverage is better, and also because of the shape and the intersections that are there, it makes them extremely distinct when supplied. That is something, or laid out, right? That makes them extremely interesting. Within these you have textures which you can alternate with these. You can only use solid, you can also use textured solid. Amount of colors you have are really amazing, so you can use it in different type of spaces which will go with your preferred color theme. Here we are looking at the Nolita Negro series. Again, you have lot of colors, glazed subway tiles over here, can be used in backsplashes almost everywhere. You can use them in pantries, you can use them in breakfast nooks, you can use them in laundry rooms, you name it, and you can apply it over there. Then here we are looking at the Plinto series. See, so you have some glossy finishes in fluted and slightly invert fluted over here. You have invert fluted over there as well. The Plinto series, again a very nice minimal application of subway tile over here. Another one which is my personal favorite is the Grace O Sage series. So you have Grace O series. It's Grace O Sage, Grace O Sand, Grace O Grey. So many colors, very pretty, very feminine, tiles because of the shape that they have. But literally you can utilize it anywhere. All the places I mentioned, you can use them and use them in your own preferred colors that you like to use them in. So here we are looking at the beveled glazed tiles over here. This is an interesting choice because typically we have seen beveled subways, but not with so much of textural difference over here. You see this, you touch this, you'll see the difference between here. And this is matte, this is glossy. So all of these have matte and glossy options. You can come here, ask for the ones that you like, and you can use them. Look at the color options that we have over here. There are almost, I'm looking at least like 20 colors right here, right? So it's beautiful in terms of how many applications or how many options you have. So now we're looking at something which is on the brighter side of things. We're looking at subways that are 4x12 essentially. They're glossy finished and they're absolutely flat faced. We can look at some very bright, almost fluorescent colors, which is something that we have not seen so far. So if you feel like you're creating a very quirky space, or maybe even an auditorium where you feel like there is a lot of youthfulness that you want to bring, or something which is very Gen Z, you can use these kind of colors over there and bring that spark, right? These are of course same size but matte and slightly muted colors. So you will see a lot of dark colors, some very light colors, like this one is a brown, white and sage. They are all muted. So this particular box of colors in here, they're absolutely different. This is matte, this is glossy. Colors are brighter, very funky. Here this is more muted and subtle. Yeah, so slightly bring that maturity to those spaces. Here we are looking at the 3x2 12 glossy the subways over here. These are slightly longish, right, and give a slightly more longish effect than the 4x12s because those are more proportionate and broader. These are slightly more sleeker. So if you're looking for that sleekness, you can go for 3x12s. These are beveled 3x12s over here. 4x12, sorry. These are 4x12 beveled ones. You can use these again if you want to create a little bit of more texture rather than having a flat face subways in your space. Another one which is my personal favorite is the one which has lot of designs within the glaze. So with glazed tiles, this is something that you have as an advantage, is you can do a lot in terms of creativity. Here also you have these designs which are inside it, and you can pair them with a slightly solid version of the same color, same tile, and you have blues, you have yellows, you have blushes, grey, white. You can even use some of these glossies over here in conjunction with these. So many options. Definitely look at these. So now here one thing very interesting we can see is the glossy tiles. Primarily glossy subways shown in lot of pastel colors. So you have lavender, you have pink, you have mustard, you have so many beautiful blues and greens, so many options to choose from. If you look at this particular one, it's a light sage, right? Again, a very pretty color, can be used in kitchens if you're going for the neutral minimal look. You can use them in conjunction with some other tiles, right, as highlighter tiles, and these can be used as shower surrounds for your bathroom areas as well. Here if you see, we have shown some beautiful ways to lay out all of your subways. So you can see on the panel over here all of these beautiful ways to lay out the subways. We'll talk about them in detail in the next section, but just wanted to show you this one and this one, which is again a very beautiful classic subway over here. If you look at these almost have a stone texture. So if you're walking in and checking these tiles out, you'll see that there is a texture involved, and there is a lot of color differentiation also to show you how subway can transform a space into something even vintagey or slightly more like old world charm kind of a space. So these are great to be used. You can see an application over here when you've tried to create a very vintage, slick industrial look in the kitchen area. Same in the bathroom area. Great applications right here with these beautiful tiles. So these are, so if you love subways and you're still kind of, held back because of the budget, then worry not. MyTyles has a beautiful option like this one. This is a 2x1 which allows you to have a minimal, sleek subway effect using smaller subways. Almost looks like you use smaller subways, but not so, because these are 4 grout lines. So you're actually grouting only this 2 and 1 side. You're not grouting all of these, which lowers your cost and also allows you to use the subway effect in your space. So here you have different colors available. You can see the applications over here. You can use it in a dining space. You can use it in beautiful luxurious bathrooms, vanity areas. So many options that you can use these particular ones. Again over here, this is a gorgeous tile, which is again a very, very, a European made tile you're looking at over here. This one has slightly beveled, but almost like a fluted, or you can see a mountain kind of a texture over here. And then you have flat faced. This is called, the series is called as Spectrum. So this is Spectrum Aqua, this is Spectrum Night, and the flat faced one is called as Reality Aqua and Reality Night. Similarly, if you look at refraction, because what has happened is this particular whole texture has been inverted over here on one side. So this one is called as Refraction Aqua and this is called as Refraction Night. Feel free to take a screenshot of these if you really like them. They have great applications. They will really provide that luxury if you're looking for that in your space. I always say, MyTyles hai, so no tension. For all those of you who are looking at budget-friendly options, here we have some beautiful rustic tiles, but in 2x2 format over here, or 1x2 formats. So this one that we are looking at is a 1x2 format, in which the tile has been laid in the form of a brick pattern. And all these brick pattern 1x2 with 1x2 can be put together with just a single grout line. So your grouting effort becomes extremely low, which means your cost becomes low, and therefore it will fit into your budget. You have so many options, so many colors in this. They can be applied very quickly, which is also very, very time friendly. So if you're looking to do a very quick makeover of say your kitchen or any other space, this will not take that much time as individual tile application will take. And they look almost the same, the glossiness, the glaze, everything in terms of quality you will get in right over here. So now we are looking at one of the most popular layout, which is the herringbone layout, laid in a 2x1 format. So again, you don't have to lay them, you don't have to grout them, you just have to grout and match the sides of a 2x1 to another 2x1 and have some continuity. This makes it extremely budget friendly and less grouting effort that is needed, also helps in making it budget friendly. Plus, if you are looking to cover a large area in a very small time, you can do that. Or if you have a time constraint for a smaller project also, it will allow you to complete it in a jiffy. So these are some really good pluses that you have for 2x1s and budget friendly options. Let's look at the next one, which is the stag bond one. So stag bond one is essentially laying one tile over the other in a vertical fashion. Again, lots of colors are there. They are 2x1, so you can definitely again use to join them in the form of by using a single grout line. So again, grouting effort is less. You're using one of the most latest type of layout ways, or layout patterns. So again, great way to lay them out and apply them in different spaces. They have very beautiful colors. Look at the shaded effect over here, glazed and shaded effect. That is something that you can use in different places. Like for example, especially in bathroom backsplashes, these are a great hit. Even as a sink backsplash, they are a great hit. So you can use these. You can use them as highlighter tiles also, along with other tile layouts that you're using. Here, I wanted to show you that apart from being monochromatic, you get also options in dual or triple tone. This is a triple tone. So you have teal with grey with white, and you can have more options. Like I mentioned, all the tiles and MyTyles are customizable. So wherever you need any help, ask them and they'll be happy to help you. Let's look at the next option over here. So here we are looking at again 2x1s in different patterns. This is a wavy one which you are looking at, and here you have floated ones. Again, the same benefits apply. Again, we are looking at more varieties. Again, you have so many color options. Like I said, कोई टेंशन नहीं होगी अगर आप यहाँ से आकर के एक्सप्लोर करेंगे अपने ऑप्शंस को. Let's look at the next one. These are slightly bigger ones. So we had seen some 3x12s right over there just a while back. These are a more budget friendly version of them. So here the 3x12s have been laid, and this is where you can actually put them together. These are again 1x2s. So when you put them against each other, literally it is so seamless. The application will look so seamless. Nobody can say that you have not used individual tiles. Great, great option to choose from in terms of colors. Also, you have almost 4 colors that I can look at. Here you have slightly fluted ones also. So again, from a pattern perspective, you have plethora of options. Let's look at another one which mimics almost like a very nice Scandinavian minimal vibe, gives you almost like a basket weave kind of a look. Here again, stag bond is been followed up from the previous ones, and you have these patterns that have been created in 4 colors. So you can choose from there and apply them in your home. And then lastly, I'm going to be looking at this one. We saw individual tiles over here, right, a while back, which we showed you where you have to apply them individually and you can create patterns. Well, guess what? You have these patterns ready over here. Just use these in the form of 2x1s and keep putting them together, and you have a gorgeous backsplash ready. So another Subway which is very popular is the classic square which you see in Subway. And of course, here also, if you're laying individual squares, Subway squares on a panel or on as a backsplash, you will see that the effort is more. So in order to reduce it, these 2x1s work perfectly well. They come in many colors, and they allow you to have lesser cost, make it very budget friendly, and less time, less grouting effort. So in all, it's a great option if you're doing something either which is very has a lot of time restrictions or has a budget restriction. This particular tile has a great glossy finish, so definitely can be used for many applications as well. At MyTyles, we list out all of this information for every product. all you have to do is visit mytyles.com, click on the product, and in this section of the product page, information mil jayegi. They even have a dedicated inspiration gallery where you can find information on how to style your subway tiles, linked below. So now let's look at how these beautiful subway tiles can be laid in different patterns to create even more interest than they already carry. Here we are looking at the herringbone pattern, which is where your subway tiles are laid at 45 degrees angle to each other and are alternated to create this beautiful chevron pattern, as you all know. So herringbone or chevron is almost a similar way. So this is a beautiful pattern in which you can lay these. Another option to lay them is in brick style, which is basically the classic brick laying style, right? How you lay bricks over each other. The same way you can lay your subway tiles. So now we have looked at the herringbone and the brick style. Let's look at two more popular ones. This is the basket weave style. You can see why it is called as basket weave, because it follows the pattern of weaving a basket. So that's how the subway tiles are laid. They're laid at 90 degrees to each other, 4 parallel and then 4 more parallel vertically, but at right angles to each other. Similarly, that pattern follows. So this is the basket weave. This is the classic stack bond, very popular right now. A lot of designers and architects are going for stack bond because of the minimalism and linearity it provides to the backsplash. Again, you can alternate them with different colors. You can use different colors here. You can use patterns. So many options that you can create and make whatever you fancy. But yeah, this is something that I wanted to show you. In the next clip, you will also see the 12 patterns laid out and shown to you, so that you can take a screenshot of it and think about different ideas in which you can lay these tiles that you will be shopping from MyTyles. Choosing the best subway tile pattern for your kitchen or bathroom or any other space becomes extremely important. Apart from the 4 that we have shown you, these are some more patterns to give you some more inspiration to create the bathroom or the kitchen or any other space of your dreams. Check them out and take a screenshot of the one that you like the most. So earlier we spoke about subway tiles that are classic and are used or were used in New York subways, right? And that's why they got their name as subway tiles. These are those tiles that you are seeing, which are the classic versions of those. These are laid out in a brick style, and if you see, this is a glossy finish, whereas this is a matte finish. You are free to come and look at these and choose. But something I wanted to highlight to you, if you're looking for that classic white feel, you want a typical subway kitchen, you can go for these. If you want a little bit more textural interest, you can go for these beveled subways. Again, a matte beveled subway and the glossy beveled subway over here. So this is again something which you need to keep in mind as far as the beveled subways are used. Again, in these you have smaller and longer ones. They are not available right now to show you, but you've seen them in the previous clips where we've shown you really long ones like 3x12s, 4x12s. So those are larger than these. These are roughly around say about 100 mm by 300 mm. So maybe 4 by say some few inches over here. But this is something that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at these. If you are looking at something quirky and colorful and playful for kids spaces, some of these gorgeous subway tiles are something you can go for. So here if you see beautiful handprints of almost child's handprints are there on this subway, makes them extremely unique and can be used in kids spaces, kids washrooms, and even in their bedrooms. Here we can look at some of these quirky color combinations that can be used in any other quirky spaces like a gaming room and other things like that. So you can think of those entertainment and funny youthful spaces, right? Here we are looking at these gorgeous tiles which have very interesting trims and have designs made on them. So you can see them over here. These can be alternated and put as backsplashes or used as backsplashes. Here we have a very brick texture like subways over here. You also have very rustic and almost brick colored subway tiles over here. you can see even the edges are uneven to give you that look and feel of a brick. Here if we look at them, these are slightly glossy ones with almost a similar texture, but they are glossy. Those are extremely rustic and matte. Another thing which I want to show you is these. These are very classy looking, very interesting looking tiles which have almost a checkered pattern and texture on them. They are glossy essentially, but have a very good look and feel. You have a different color over here. These are extremely minimal but abstract looking tiles. They all have texture and they're partly glazed and partly textured or unglazed. So you will see over here that they have a very different look. They're even used to create accent pieces, accent walls. This one also you can use in creating an accent wall. Okay, here we are looking at these particular ones. They are very rustic looking subway tiles. They have very different colors, like almost a wooden feel, blue and white, and they have different colors over here to create a very neutral or maybe like a wooden textural kind of a look for, say, your countertops. So you're cladding your countertops or your kitchen countertops is a great way to. Kitchen islands can be clad with this. If you're creating something which is very farmhouse, like farmhouse based kitchen, you can use these tiles over there. And then I would like to show you these. So these have very Scandinavian or geometrical texture on them. They have lines, they have triangles, things like that. A geometrical yet abstract look finish. They have a lot of texture on them. So that is something that you can use over here. These can be used in, lining your bathrooms, your kitchens as well. Some other space like say powder rooms can be lined with it. If you're going for something which is a very old world charm, you can use them in conjunction with say glossy elements or metallic elements like gold, silver, chrome to create that contrast. Subway tiles have a huge impact on your space, and once you learn how to match your preferences with your style, you will see the magic unfold. As always, we have linked all the links in the description below so that you can go and check them out. If you liked the content, do hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends and family. Next episode of this particular series is going to be Subway Part 2. So stay tuned for that. Until then, I'll see you later.